The Matthews line, I still think they're going to need a few games, but I do see the vision there. And Drager said it on the intermission, and we've said it on this show. Somebody needs to get Auston the puck. He's been feeding, like he fed John Tavares last night. He fed Matthew Nyes a couple times.
Yep.
Auston needs to get some pucks, man. Like that's got to be the number one priority of this team. Very clearly, they have an open spot in that top 6 if Max Domi doesn't work out. So what I'm saying to Max Domi is this is the opportunity of a lifetime and make this happen. Find this guy. And he seems like he's doing it, but he's not afraid when it's a 2-on-1 to shoot the damn puck too.
Which is good, and I know he got stopped, but that was the right move in that moment. Berube doesn't need Matthews to score 70 goals. He needs Matthews to win his minutes, right? He needs his line to be better. He won a Stanley Cup with guys who were nowhere close to Matthews' top ability. I think I would like people to open up their mind with Auston Matthews to the idea that he's a different player than he was. Not worse, but different, and being used totally differently. I get frustrated when he's on the ice too. And I miss the player that he used to be because it was a lot of fun. But I don't think he's trying to be that anymore, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, is it like the I forgive the comparison because they're not apples to apples, but it's sort of like the star player that scores a bunch that finally learns, hey, if I play more of a team game, I'm not going to win scoring titles, but I might win a championship, or I might win a couple of rounds.
And there are times where this backfires.
I was going to say Michael Jordan, but everybody don't hate me for that. But there was that thing in the documentary where he's like, comes out of the 80s, he's always leading the league in scoring. Right. But then the coach says to him, listen, like if we can play a different offense and you dish a little bit more, team's going to win.
This isn't, again, an apples to apples comparison, but one of the things I saw come up in the Matthews discourse was they're like, here's when Dale Hunter got a hold of Alex Ovechkin and made him commit to defense. Mm-hmm. And they just showed his statistical season. And it's far and away the worst season of his NHL career. Like, we'll be able to look back on it when he retires and go, what happened here? Mm-hmm. Like, he had seasons where he broke his leg and came back and was better than this. What happened? And it's the coach misused him. You could argue Berube's doing that with Matthews, but if this keeps going in the right direction, I'll be a lot more open to the idea that this is what will help bring you success.
Do people start murmuring more about that $13.25 million if Auston Matthews isn't going to go out there and put up 60 goals?
It began 6 weeks ago. There's no murmuring. 13.
Because that's what you're paying for. We're not paying you to be. We're paying you to be great defensively, right? But we also are paying on top of that for 60 goals, 50 plus goals.
I was talking to a friend last night, and I was like, you know what, Matthews looks good tonight, and he goes, "Oh, did that Judd Moldaver check clear?"
Wow.
I was like, "Damn."
Steve did it?
Well, no.
Wow, did Judd stiff you?
I could have, he did.
Wow, what a shame.
He did. He stiffed me on the money he never agreed to give me, unfortunately, just like the Saudis.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a large complaint from this fan base.
Well, so I was like, he's good. He was generating chances. I liked his game. And he's like, he used to be in the conversation with McDavid and McKinnon, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
Well, when you put it that way.
The goal that Connor Bedard scored last night, where he just wrist one from the slot past Carter Hart, that used to be Matthews like every other night.
Yes.
And I missed that. I watched Bedard do that, and I was like, I wish Auston was doing that consistently this year, and he's not, and hasn't for a little bit, and that concerns me.
And that happened last year, but there were two very important caveats. He's hurt. They're winning. So
last year.
Yeah.
So we were like it wasn't nearly as big a story. We're like, something's off, but like
he had to go to Germany. Like, we can forgive him.
He went to Germany. He's laying a lot of hits. I like the way he's playing defensively. Like, it's not like bad things are happening when he's on the ice. You know, Marner's, he had the best season of his career. Nyes had a season that got him a ton of money. Everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Then this season arrived.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all like, does he suck? Like, people, like, I've seen the discourse around him is visceral. And it's not anger toward him. It's like, it's straight up mourning. Like, it's people going, oh my God, the greatest Leaf of all time is no more. And I'm just not ready to write that eulogy yet, especially because since coming back from his most recent thing, and even before the most recent thing, I thought he looked a lot more like old Auston. Last night, I thought he looked a little, most of the way to being old Auston. It just didn't go in.
And old Juddy Boy, your best friend, who you spend every day with.
And financier,
yes, of your island, once said that Auston Matthews he's at his healthiest this season. Like, he's come into this season not having anything lingering from last year. And I think we all believe that, but the injury he got recently was the lower body injury, which shouldn't have shouldn't have impacted anything in terms of his shooting. But you look at him and you're like, something's still off. You know, the game isn't fully there yet, and I wonder if he's still trying to come back from last year. I'm not.
I think it's a change, right? Like, you look at Marner. Marner's not getting the points that he usually gets as well. He's trying to figure out his new team. I mean, these guys played together for half a decade on the same line, right?
Yeah.
So there is going to be an adjustment period there.
That's fair.
And I think they need Domi to work in that position, because if he doesn't, with Easton Cowan, the Leafs have finally gotten, it's so funny. Had Marner stuck around, the Leafs would have their most complete top six ever. But they wouldn't have Nick Waugh.
Yeah.
So
he makes 12 mil.
Yeah,
I want Nick Waugh. That's what I want.
Well, I mean, I'm actually happy this year not to. I would rather than take a step back than watch that again. I can't watch that again.
No, you'd have their best top six ever, and
it wouldn't matter.
6 league min guys.
Yeah. And so I look at what's happened here, and I'm like, okay, so Easton Cowan has come in, and in the top 6, he's guy 5. Right? You've got Nyes, Matthews, Tavares, and Nylander. Those are the tag teams that Craig Berube likes.
Yep.
We have finally found, after Bobby McMahon and Nick Robertson and blah 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 blah, finally found a guy who can play the left side with Tavares. Beautiful. Now we're going to need to find out whether Max Domi can play the right side for Matthews the way he did a couple years ago. And people, again, I will repeat this until I'm blue in the face. When Matthews scored the most goals in his career, the guys he was playing with were Bertuzzi and Domi.
I was about to say, I'm going to need the Blackhawks I'm going to need Connor to calm down so the Blackhawks can stink and they can trade Tyler back.
Yeah,
That's
put that
not
line back
happening.
together.
I know.
He looks good this year.
Yeah.
He's
That's
back.
why I want him. Think about what you can get.
McKinnon. Like,
I know.
McKinnon looks great. I want him on the Leafs.
I loved Bertuzzi.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. Why stop there?
I couldn't stand him the first month, but then he grew on me. I'm like, dude.
I miss Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, it was
Remember
great.
that?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Damn.
So if the Max Domi thing works, then I think it works for this season, and I think the Leafs know that they've got a hole in that position, perhaps. If it doesn't work, well, they're going to have to make it work. They're going to have to figure something out on that wing, because somebody needs to dish more to him. And there's got to be the playmaker on that line. He is the shooter on that line. That's why with Robertson there, it's an awkward fit, because then Matthews is the disher, right?
Yeah, like...
And I'm saying
trying to, like...
it doesn't need to be Mikko Rantanen, right? Like, this is the thing. Like,
that'd be dope.
Crosby, yeah, it would be dope. But Crosby had Chris Kunitz.
Right.
And that worked.
Oh,
it doesn't have
Pascal
to be,
Dupuis.
Matthews doesn't necessarily need the greatest playmaker in the game. What he needs is a guy that's going to regularly find him. And once that chemistry develops, I feel like they got a line there.
Yeah, I already see it. And I'm not worried.
You're not worried. Okay, that's good.
No. Like, that's the kind of top 6 performance we've seen all season. And also, we saw it a lot last season. The difference is when your top 6 is playing well, and like even well with an asterisk, because again, Willie, you gotta, your bottom 6 has to be an option to score, which
it is.
wasn't. And now it is.
Yep.